Hello plant people, welcome to No Rules Gardening. My name is Jim Putnam.
And I'm Brie Arthur, and today we are coming to you from the always beautiful JC Raulston Arboretum on NC State's campus in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes, we are, and we're continuing our winter interest series of videos, and today is going to be all about sun-loving plants.
And where better to start than the iconic perennial border, filled with gorgeous plants that provide winter interest because they haven't been chopped down prematurely.
So as always on these tour videos, don't forget to stick around to the end because Brie and I are going to bring you our 3 favorite winter interest plants for the sun.
So the JC Raulston Arboretum is a special place. We bring in plants from everywhere. We go collect plants in the wild. We trade with specialists. We breed our own plants. And so we have an incredibly diverse collection here. So whether you are a new gardener or you are a very experienced plants person, a plant nerd, you're going to come here and you're going to see something you've never seen before.
Hello everybody, my name's Tim Alderton. I'm a research technician here at the JC Raulston Arboretum. I've been working here for about over 15 years. In the winter here in the garden, it's easy to see the structure with the maples with their hanging samaras, the barks, the flower buds that are going to be coming out here soon. And here in North Carolina, camellias, for instance, there's something in blossom in reality here year-round.
Since this is a video focusing on full sun, I think it's important that we identify exactly what that term means. Now, in general, that means 6 hours or more of direct sunlight. Now, for people growing in cooler regions, say zone 4 or 5, full sun means something a little different than it does for us down here in zone 7 and 8. So always be sure to reference a local professional so that you site your plants in the ideal location. So winter interest for sun plants can refer to a lot of different characteristics, including here in the southeast, broadleaf evergreens. Now, the bonus to broadleaf evergreens is that sometimes they will put out really showy berries or even flowers that will give you interest all winter long. Another element of winter interest for the sun is simply leaving your herbaceous plants up for the winter. This provides interest through their structure, not only their stems and leaves, but also their flowers and seed heads. But more importantly, by doing this, you enable a really important habitat for many beneficial insects, including solitary native bees.
Of course, stem color can be an important component in the winter garden. We can have things like red twig dogwoods and yellow twig dogwoods. This beautiful gold bark Japanese maple right here is a great example of that. The lagostromia or crepe myrtles have that beautiful cinnamon bark, and it's super smooth. So I've come to one of my favorite plants at the JC Raulston Arboretum. This is Poncyrus macrophyllus variegated. This one has white new foliage on it. It can get a little winter burn on it in a colder winter, or when the dry wind is blowing in the winter, but it's just a beautiful plant. The new growth on it all season is this white color. Conifers make great additions to the winter garden. This is an upright narrow one, this Poncyrus. There are, of course, ground cover conifers and spreading shrubby sized conifers and upright conifers and giant growing conifers. Most are evergreen, not all, but most of them are evergreen. They're going to give you dark green foliage or variegated foliage, gold foliage, blue foliage. So lots of different options with conifers in a winter garden.
Another really cool element for winter interest in the sun are plants that hold their leaves through the winter. This category is distinguished as tardily deciduous. You get beautiful sound as the wind blows through, and then in the spring as new foliage comes out, all of this will drop to the ground.
So we can't talk about winter interest plants, especially here in the South, without talking about the ones that are brave enough to flower in the wintertime in the full sun.
And right now, the stars of the show are the Prunus mumes, also known as the fragrant flowering apricot. These are beautiful trees that come in a wide variety of colors that love to grow in full sun. Branching structure is another important element of winter interest. You can have elegant weeping trees or shrubs, or even really cool contorted varieties. So always consider what a tree's form will look like when all of those branches are bare. The Raulston Arboretum has a wide array of full sun gardens so that visitors can get the idea of how many opportunities there are.
So let's go and take a look at a few of these gardens and the diversity of plants in each.
Here we are on the rooftop garden, which is actually the roof of the facilities building here at the JC Raulston Arboretum. And this is an excellent example of the opportunities that roofs offer for all of us living in the Southeast. You can see it's not just a rooftop of sedum. There's a great deal of diversity, everything from tiny bulbs like daffodils all the way to different varieties of agaves and yucca. Anything that's drought tolerant is well suited for this condition.
One other amazing winter interest garden here at the JC Raulston Arboretum is the scree garden, which means gravel. They've got a mixture of topsoil and permatil in raised mounds, and the things that have gone into this garden are things that are extremely drought tolerant. So this is a great space to come and learn about very drought tolerant plants.
One of my favorite borders at the JC Raulston Arboretum for full sun is the monocot border. Now, if you're wondering what does that mean, this is a collection of plants that are all monocotyledons, meaning when they germinate, they only have one leaf. So this is a really neat, diverse collection of plants that grow really well throughout the East Coast and love full sun.
The most amazing full sun winter interest gardens is the Conifer Society Reference Garden at the JC Raulston Arboretum. It's actually an extension of a conifer garden from the other side of the Arboretum. This section here, though, has some of the latest and greatest introductions. Really beautiful collection of conifers that you definitely want to take a look at.
Hello everybody. The Arboretum, I have so many winter favorites, but this is probably one of the most favorite here for winter interest in the sun. This is agave avatifolia frosty blue. This is a solitary growing species of agave, so it doesn't make pups or plantlets everywhere that spread everywhere, but you get this one big beautiful rosette of blue foliage. It's a selection that was made by Sean Hogan at Sistis Nursery in Portland, Oregon. It's widely available even at your local garden center, so you can start with a tiny plant.
So now it's time for Brie and I to name our 3 favorite winter interest plants for full sun at the JC Raulston Arboretum. And I have this cuprous arizonica on my list right here. There's a lot of Arizona cypress varieties that are available in the trade. They just have this incredible blue hue to them year round. I was out west recently, and out west where they evolved, you know, they're quite lanky. They don't enjoy that space. You bring them east and give them a little water, and these are just absolutely stunningly beautiful trees in the winter landscape.
One of my top picks for winter interest sun plants has to be Iris unquecularis. Now I know winter isn't usually the time that you think about iris blooming, but look at this gorgeous plant. It's in full flower in the middle of January, growing in full sun in a scree condition. This is a great plant for drought tolerance and deer resistance.
So number 2 on my list is this lagostromia fari. This is a Japanese crepe myrtle. This one's a named variety called Fantasy. This one is used in the hybridizing of other crepe myrtles. This one has been allowed to grow and hasn't been chopped off, and is a beautiful, beautiful specimen. Look at the trunk on this thing, and it's created the base. Underneath is a shade garden that we shared in the shade garden video.
My second pick for winter interest in full sun has to be this gorgeous monkey puzzle. Now this conifer doesn't always thrive in the conditions of central North Carolina. Traditionally, they don't like the heat and humidity that we experience in the summer. The benefit that this aricaria has is that it is a hybrid of 2 different species, so it thrives through the summer and tolerates even our coldest of winter days.
So my final selection is actually going to be a call out to all the amazing hollies in the collection here at the JC Raulston Arboretum. This one right here is called Sunny Foster. It's a gold foliage Foster holly. It's really beautiful plant, upright, narrow specimen, great for screening. It's full of berries and yellow foliage right now. And then if you come to the JC Raulston Arboretum, there's just an amazing collection of hollies that will make you think differently about them.
My third top pick for winter interest in full sun has to be this gnarly bush, also known as flying dragon poncyrus. Now this is in the category of hardy citrus, and it does set fruit. They're not very tasty, and you don't really want them to go to seed, so always clear out that fruit when it drops. But one of the main advantages that this offers is this great green bark, these enormous spines, and this incredible contorted habit. I especially love this because the deer, rabbits, groundhogs, and squirrels are totally afraid of it. Now that we've shared our top picks for full sun winter interest plants, we want to hear from you. Write in the comments below and tell us your favorite plants to grow.
Don't forget to like the video, and please subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell notification so you're notified when we upload new videos. Also head over to norulesgardening.com for more information.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the garden.
Hello everybody.